Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my corner of the internet. My name is Jason and today we're back with the grand finale of Shadowrun Returns. If you don't know what happened last time, I'm not going to bother recapping it. You can go watch the entire series because a lot happened and you should be watching. You should know all that before you see this one, because this one here is we're just wrapping things up. So, we're outside of the Universal Brotherhood. And we're going to go ahead and the only person we can talk to is Mr. James Telestrian III. So let's go ahead and do that. Hey, James, how's it going? Looks like he's currently talking with Harlequin. And so Harlequin's still in the middle of chit-chatting here. And after we broke up the ritual, Alex X chased Jessica into a small chamber where she was cornered by a couple of buggers. Guess they weren't impressed with her performance. They were about to eat her. And Alex X says something like, "I won't let them eat you, Jessica. You're coming with me. You're gonna pay for what you've done." It was all very dramatic. Then we splattered the bugs and handed her over to the UCAS FBI. They're gonna want to have a long talk with her about the Universal Brotherhood. So this nest is cleaned out and your cousin Lynn is being transported to a mental hospital for observation. Thanks, Harlequin. I kind of like that. You know, we just had our big showdown. They didn't make us fight the other bugs. They just kind of, you know, all right, no. You know, we're just going to sum things up. You guys killed those bugs and you had, finished the game off. James assesses you with a newfound respect. Very clean. I believe our test of Project Aegis was a success. Alex X, her Brachus is having it weaponized now for distribution to Knights Errant forces. The authorities are going to have a great many questions about this incident, and I will need to provide details. The Universal Brother has a great many chapter houses, and they must be dealt with immediately. What will happen next? Glad to be of service, or what about me? Glad to be of service. Yeah, that sounds good. Yes, you were of service. There can be no debate on that topic. A yeoman's effort to be sure, and regardless of your obvious flaws, you are deserving of a reward. Sweet! We get rewarded! What are we getting? What would you ask of me? I hear you have an opening for a new VP of security. Oh, that's a cool reward! Not much, just McCluskey's badge. Oh! I want to get paid real money. I feel like no, we're gonna get paid from Sam, right? We finished the quest from Sam. We don't want some extra money. I kind of like the top two options. Oh, and it's obvious Telestrian pulls McCluskey's strings. So if I was... Man, I actually like the idea of getting the job. You know, getting McCluskey's badge is really fun, but I feel like it would be a nice big insult to get a nice promotion. I don't know if we'll actually get it. Let's try it. I like the top one. I hear you have an opening for a new VP of security. Telestrian's ice breaks for a moment. I do indeed. And I believe you have already undergone the required interview. Very well, Alex X. Report to work as Vice President of Telestrian Industries Corporation Security on Monday. Nice. Just wear something more appropriate. Good day. Sweet. Now we get to talk to, I guess, various people that we've run into along on our journey, and is that it? Now it said the last thing here. If we look at the description, it says all you need to do now is make a phone call and it ends. So I'm wondering if we wanted to, if we could just rush straight off to find a phone and make the phone call, or do we just need to talk to everyone first? Let's talk to Harlequin. Let's start with Coyote. Let's work our way around in this manner. We'll end with, was it Dresden? Yeah. Actually, Jake. How do we get to Jake? I want to talk to Jake. Oh, do we talk to him from the other side of the fence? Yeah, that would make sense. He wasn't part of this, so that would make sense that he's on this side of the fence. So let's start with Coyote. Coyote, how you been? Guess that's it, huh? You captured Sam's killer, and now he'll get his justice. Guess so. All that's left is to get paid, or it was a little bit more involved than I expected. Guess so. Tough week, huh? I've had worse. Nah, piece of cake. Gangers, hellhounds, amok mental patients, serial killers, ghouls, corporate deckers, extra-dimensional bugs, and an army of corp security. Yeah, I could use a nap. I don't know how to play this one off. I want to be kind of like, nah, piece of cake, or I've had worse. I like the nap piece of cake. I've had worse might be lying. This might be our first job. We weren't known before. I'll say, yeah, piece of cake. It wasn't that challenging, to be honest. I bet. I think she would have said, I bet to either one. Coyote grins. For the first time. Well, I'm gonna go grab Paco, head back to the Union, maybe watch a trid or something, and I could use a long shower too. After that, back to destroying the BTL trade. We're gonna give up being a runner, or you could learn the business, take over for Mrs. Kubota someday. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like all these are... I feel like the bottom one's kind of, being... I guess the word would be presumptuous. It's kind of like pushing an idea on her. But actually, so is this one. Going to give up being a runner? Back to destroying the BTL trade? I feel like these two are probably less pushy. Maybe because they're questions. Let's go with the top one. Back to destroying the BTL trade. Yep. Sure as I'm standing here, I am going to take a flamethrower to that whole slagging business. One squat at a time if I have to. Be careful, that last place was run by the Yakuza and they're not going to forget you. Her jaw sets, her eyes harden, and she's Coyote again. Let them come. If the Yakuza wants me, they're gonna find me. Nothing I can do about that. Some people choose to live in fear, but not me. Not today. Today, I run the shadows. Get paid, get dirty. Sounds good, Coyote. See you around, Alex X. You're quite a lady. I can honestly say I've never met an elf quite like you. And Coyote's off. Alright, Mr. Harlequin, we had one mission with you, but I really like you as a character. How you doing? The painted elf is watching the scene unfolding around the Universal Brotherhood with a grimace. Well, Kit, it's been fun, but I've seen everything I care to see today. I'm going to get out of here. Is there a problem? Where's Herb Brackus? I thought he'd be here too. Okay, seriously, who are you? Or see you around, Harlequin. I like the top one, because if he's got a grimace on his face, there's something he's not pleased about. He gestures at the crowd as he speaks. Look around. Note the members of the press being shuffled away by the Universal Brotherhood spokespeople to get a private briefing. Their Brotherhood is connected. A damage control team is probably on the way right now. Think they can control the press, or does the press really matter, or doesn't really affect me? I don't like the bottom one. It's a little bit too self-serving. We may have started that way, but I like to think maybe Alex had a little bit of character development throughout the series. That's what we're gonna say. You think they can control the press? One way or another, they will. If they can't be manipulated, coerced, or bribed, they'll probably disappear. Quietly. There's more, though. He nods his head towards James Telestrian. Note the expression on the UCAS FBI agent speaking to Telestrian. Dismissive, isn't it? That's because there's no love lost between the UCAS and Tyr Tangair. Tangair? Yeah, sorry. They're not going to trust what he's telling them, and frankly, I have no idea what he's telling them. James plays his own game, always has. Do you trust him? I wish I could have asked this before I asked for a job. Do you trust him? No, just like I don't trust you. Don't take it personally, kid. You shouldn't trust me either. I've been manipulating runners like you for years. I'm manipulating you right now. You just don't know my game yet. Let's continue the dance. I have one more to show you. Oh, okay, this is cool. He points at someone in the crowd and smiles. The man sees him pointing and smiles back. That guy there? He's with Ares, Macro Technology, enormous megacorp. Ridiculously powerful. They've been sniffing around Project Aegis for quite a while now. Clearly, they have an agenda that's just starting to unfold. He gives the Ares man the finger. The man smiles and returns the gesture. Government, media, business, all working to ensure the truth stays hidden. Not for me. So it's a massive conspiracy. Or working together? I don't think so. I'm gonna go with the middle one. So it's a massive conspiracy, really? I wish it was. Well, then what the heck is it? In a way, it's worse. It's a series of conspiracies, conflicting agendas, and petty let's try that one again. Jealousies! All building upon, feeding upon, and excreting. Yep, that's exactly what they wrote. Okay. Into an unending web of dreck that people wade through every day and call it life. If there was one Dark Lord controlling everything and we could drive a magic sword through his heart to free the world, that would be grand. Such clarity, such focus! Alas. So what's the lesson in all this? That I did all of it for nothing? Or where's Herr Brackus? I thought he'd be here today too. I'm gonna go with the top one. So what's the lesson in all this? That I did all of it for nothing? He laughs. Just the opposite, schmuck. The lesson is this: the game is rigged, the cards are stacked, the dice are loaded. It's the same as it always was. Every cycle, people in power exert power. Little people cower in their homes. Think what they're told to think and buy whatever product will help them forget how horrible their lives are for another day. And that's why we don't play their fragging game. We don't swallow their Drek sandwich and politely ask for another. It's why we run the shadows. Okay. That's where real life is, kiddo. Reality's living in the places no one wants you to see. I like that quote. Reality's living in the place no one wants you to see. Where's her Brackus? I thought he'd be here too. I don't know who that is. I can't remember. He flew back to, oh yes, Berlin. I remember now, the slow-spoken guy. He flew back to Berlin. All sorts of things brewing there. He was very impressed with you, though. It could probably turn into work someday, but I'd forget about him if I were you. Never make a deal with a dragon, kid. They're playing a different game entirely. Okay, who are you? A friend. But I can't trust you. You're a friend I can't trust. Gotcha. Until I need you for something, then I'm a bastard. I like you. See you around, Harlequin. Alright, let's talk to McCluskey. How are you doing? McCluskey's alternating between trying to look important and trying to avoid actual work. What are you looking at, Chube? Nothing, just some asshole. Okay, that was actually, I want to see what kind of options I had. If I would have had better charisma. Wait, I got some points I could put in. Okay, so close combat. Throw a flurry of punches too fast for the orc to see. Strength 5, throw a haymaker. Oh, sweet, I could take him out. Intelligence, your shoes untied. Trick him so you can, cold cock him? Not familiar with that term. Hey, or charisma. Hey, McCluskey, I just spoke to Mr. Telestrin. He said you got your lieutenant's badge. Okay, let's see, what could we increase? We got 14 points. We could increase a few things. Do I want to get physical with him? I feel like that probably wouldn't be wise. Just because, you know, he's still the cop. He's still a cop, so he could technically, do something, right? But if I could put a point into, oh, wow. If I put one more point into charisma, I would get myself a new etiquette. Sure, Shadowrunner. There we go. Oh, wait. Corporate. I'm about to start working for a corp, aren't I? No, let's go Shadowrunner. Yeah, that sounds good. It's not that it really matters at this point, because the game's pretty much over, but I'm curious here. Hey, McCluskey, I just spoke to Mr. Telestrin. He said you got your lieutenant's badge. Miss McCluskey beams, then his brow furrows. I did? I didn't hear about it. Yep, he said to go down to the station house right away. They're throwing a surprise party for you. Oh, Drek, I shouldn't have said anything. He smirks. Heh, I'll surprise them then. I think in a way that's probably better than getting, we'll say, a physical revenge on him. Having him run back, be like, hey guys, where's my party? And be like, haha, you don't get one. Loser. Jake, how's it going? Jake shakes his head, smirking as you approach. When you finally get close, he breaks out laughing. I heard the Universal Brotherhood was getting shot up on the police scanner. Knew it had to be you. Did you get her? Did you doubt I would? Or, oh, I got her. She's in custody now. Yeah, we'll just go with the middle one. Oh, I got her. Figured you would. He scratches his mop of red hair. I guess that concludes the story of Alex X and the Dead Man's Switch, huh? You know, I've been thinking, maybe you should stay in Seattle a while. There's plenty of ways folks like us can get into trouble here. You only skim the surface. I heard, Mitsuhama is looking for a team and they specifically want a woman. No idea what that's about. And I just got word that something's going on at Crater Lake. The Tiers got it on total crackdown, no fly zone, the whole thing. There could be something in it for us if we poke around. And there's always the Orc Underground. Haven't seen that yet, have you? I got plenty of friends there who are good for a job. Something's bound to come up. What do you say? I'm role-playing this, right? So I technically just took a job, but could I take the job and still Shadowrun? That would be tough. It'd be kind of like Batman. I'm like, during the day I work at a corporation. Except I don't own it. But either way, and by night I run the shadows. I'll think about it, Jake. Or maybe I'm in. Oh, heck. I'm in. Good, we can hash it out over dinner. If you want to find me, I'll be at McCracken's later. We got a taste for some good seafood. Take it easy, or for some seafood. Take it easy, chummer. My thinking is, you know what? I'm a Shadowrunner first, and getting the job is just sort of an extra resource at my disposal now. Dresden, how's it going? The little coroner is surprised to see you, but he can't hide his laugh. Hey, Alex X, I was wondering if I was gonna see you again. I guess I shouldn't be surprised to find you here. Wherever there's mayhem, that's where you'll find me. Or just making more work for you. I like the middle one. Hello, Dresden, how's my favorite body snatcher? We're gonna go with the middle one. Thanks, but I prefer natural causes. He pops his eyebrow, eager. You know, it's all over the Trivid, right? They found the Emerald City Ripper dead at some asylum out in, Snohomish, of all places. Turns out he'd been masquerading as the head administrator or something. They found him dead with some sort of vigilante attack. From some sort of vigilante attack. Really, you don't say. I wonder how that might have happened. He leans and whispers conspiratorially. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? A vigilante attack, huh? Wow. I might, hard to say. Why, Mr. Dresden, I have no idea what you mean. Dresden winks. That's what I thought. Well, no one can say he didn't have it coming, am I right? He frowns at himself. That was a double negative. Well, no one can say he didn't have it coming, am I right? I guess I am. So, big question. What about the dead man switch? Now that the Ripper's dead, are you going to collect? Damn right I'm going to collect. Right, the dead man switch. Almost forgot about that. I'm not sure I care anymore. Well, of course we're going with the top one. In case I get fired, I need a bit of money, right? Excellent. I'm sure you deserve it. How do you collect? I was told I need a secure line to call the number Sam gave me. Can't use my comlink. He brightens. Lone Star's emergency response team set up a secure phone line right here to coordinate their efforts. I can authorize you to use it. Well, isn't that convenient? Thanks, Dresden, or I'll get around to it sooner. Guess it's time to end this thing. Thanks, Dresden. Don't mention it. Take care, Alex X. And do I just click on myself? Oh no, it's right here. All right, I think this is it. The phone before you has a simple numerical keypad. You can use it to call Sam's law firm and cash in on the dead man switch. Call the law firm and finish the job. You tap in the phone number Sam's lawyer gave you days ago. The phone rings 7 times before someone finally answers. The image of the lawyer on the other end of the vidphone is noticeably different from the one you saw a few days ago. The noise in the background sounds like it's coming from a bar? Yeah. He squints into the phone and recognition slowly appears on his face. Oh hey, it's you, Alex X, right? Or, wow, Jason punctuation. Oh hey, it's you. Alex X, right? So you got Sam's killer, huh? Yeah, I got Sam's killer. Or that's right, and I want to get paid. What the hell's going on? Are you even a lawyer? Well, that's a stupid question. Even lawyers have to have a good time, right? Yeah, I got Sam's killer. That's great. Hang on, let me slot Sam's video for you. He fumbles for a moment and the camera jerks crazily. Then it goes static and is replaced by Sam. Good old Sam. Sam still looks like Drek. Same clothes, same background, probably shot at the same time as the first video. Hey, buddy. Looking good. Looking good. He giggles. If you're calling this number, that means the job is done, right? He closes his eyes, shakes his head. Congratulations, amigo. I knew you'd do it. You were always the dependable one. More than me, anyway. He looks back at you, trying to speak soberly. I just want to say thank you for whatever you did. It means a lot. Not even knowing what you did, it still means a lot. Because I know you did something. You know what that... okay, you know what I mean? I know you made it right, somehow. He pauses, tilts his head back, his breath hitches in his chest. You're the only one who ever gave whoever tried to help me, ever. Except my sister. She tried more than once. She tried. I never let her through, though. Never. Never let her in. I regret that a lot. Did I ever tell you about her, buddy? We're twins. Well, we're twins, I guess. You still a twin after one of you dies? I don't know. Doesn't matter, I guess. Wait, he sighs. Heavy. So is he talking about himself? Okay, I guess he is. God, listen to me. Do me a favor, will you? If you talk to her, her name is Jessica. Tell her I'm sorry, okay? For everything. No, for everything. She'll know what for. She's Catholic, so she'll forgive me. I need her to forgive me. Just tell her I love her. Well, I'm glad we spared her. He straightens himself, shakes it off. The grin is back. Anyway, you need to get paid, which would be great except for one thing. I got nothing. Never did. You know how it is, right? I knew it! I knew it! The second the call happened, I'm like, wait a second. I was thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, man, it's a good thing I grabbed the job. You know how it is, right? Sorry, but hey, thanks again for giving a crap. Seriously, I appreciate it. Tell you what, if you feel sore about it, look into my family background a bit. There's gotta be people with money in there somewhere. Maybe one of them can throw you a few bucks. Take care, amigo. See you in hell. Alright. He reaches forward and shuts off the camera. The vid screen goes to static and the call ends. There's a moment of silence and then you feel a tug on your jacket. It's Dresden. So what did he say? Thank you. He just said thank you. Nothing, Dresden? Not one damn thing. Hey, he told me to never trust a dead man. I'll just go with the top one. We're gonna keep it classy. Thank you. He just said thank you. And this finally concludes. Oh wow, well, there's something to read here. The Emerald City Ripper killings are sensationalized for several weeks. Lurid reports focus on the killer masquerading as the administrator of Mercy Mental Hospital. Soon after, pop singer Maria Mercurial is cast as the lead in Dr. Ripper, a tri-vid thriller about a reporter who goes undercover as a mental patient to uncover a serial killer. Seattle News Net reports a shootout at a chapter house of the Universal Brotherhood. Witnesses claim that a gang of religious fanatics stormed the building for unknown reasons, but committed suicide before they could be captured. All mention of insect spirits, James Celestrian III, or Shadowrunners are kept out of the news. 1 year later, the city of Chicago declares a quarantine area between Lake Michigan and the Des Plaines River. Officially, the Chicago Containment Zone is established to fight an outbreak of an infectious virus, but an infestation of insect spirits is suspected by those who know. A mature form of Project Aegis called FABS-3 is eventually deployed to remove the bug threat from Chicago. The Watts family name has since been lost to the shadows. There we go. Now we're done the game. Wow, it's been quite a while since I actually started this series. It's kind of nice to have that closure. Yeah, I guess I'll speak about this a little bit. I don't know really. I think I kind of summed up my thoughts in the previous videos where it was a good game. It played well, but it just needed a little bit more, we'll say, depth or a little bit of off-branching. Even if it kept its linear nature, if there was maybe a couple more little side missions to do, stuff like that, I think that would have been great. But overall, I really enjoyed it, and I think I will. Maybe not immediately. We're gonna take a bit of a break before I go ahead and I try to play Dragonfall, and then maybe what was it, Chinatown? I think was the name of the third one. But yeah, we're gonna be taking a break. So, anyways, this has been Shadowrun Returns. It's always a nice feeling when I complete a Let's Play series. So it's very cool. So thank you all so much for joining me on this journey. And, you know, if you've liked the video, you like the series, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you know what, leave it a thumbs down. But either way, let me know what you thought. If you had any thoughts about the game, and if I missed anything, if there's any questions you have about the game that maybe I didn't cover all that well. Yeah, this is the perfect place because it's the last episode, so we'll have any sort of post-game discussion down there if you want to do that. But either way, until the next game, until next time, I'd like to ask you all to game on.